Hi everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another analysis. Today we're going to be going over crypto and some stock market little updates for you guys. First thing is first, Bitcoin has finally hit this massive monthly fair value gap over here. If you guys are curious how I marked it out, it's essentially just the end of this imbalance. This fair value gap over here, even on the weekly, it was also a fair value gap. Over here, literally a perfect touch. I honestly haven't seen a fair value gap get respected like this in a while. So yeah, and just to recap what happened, we've swept some liquidity. We do have our main psychological number of $50,000 below us still. Um, this could potentially still be hit, and if you guys aren't aware, I've shared this in Discord as well as some other updates for Bitcoin. This is going to be the line in the sand level. What does that mean? That means that yes, we've hit massive resistance. Yes, we've come down quite a bit from the highs, but we haven't really lost any major levels yet. We haven't lost any massive order blocks on the daily level, for example. We have this down close level acting as just one giant order block over here. A loss and a close below this would be a sign of a shift in the market structure. So therefore, this is officially my line in the sand level. That means it doesn't matter if we kind of just range here sideways. Maybe we see a move up completely. Maybe we don't even retrace down. Maybe we just keep going up. But if we come down to this level, I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on it because it is sort of the last level before things can shift to more of a bearish sentiment. So all in all, to recap just everything for Bitcoin at the moment, massive resistance has been hit. We have taken out local liquidity, which could indicate a move to go higher to new highs. However, there is nothing confirmed yet. We could see something where we simply come up into this sort of breaker block over here, see a resistance sort of touch, come back down to 50K, and then see a move up after that. So scenario number one is sort of seeing if we come down here and get a bounce up to, well above 53K. If we lose this level here at around, let's just give exact numbers, between 48.7 and 49.7 thousand dollars. If we lose this level and we close the daily level below here, then expect a more bearish sentiment to follow, heading for much lower prices to come. So yeah, these are the most important levels to market on your chart. Moving on, just to stick with crypto for the moment, there are some assets that I want to, two other main assets really that I want to focus on. Number one is Zilliqa. Now, Zilliqa I gave an update on in my last public video. And we've been kind of, we've seen a pretty decent move up since I first mentioned it. I think I mentioned it literally actually where we are right now. We've seen a decent move up and it literally just gave it all back. So does this change anything? Does this change my bias? Does it change my sentiment now that we've seen a retrace like that? The answer is no. I'm still gunning for higher levels. This is a swing trade, and I just like to remind you guys this is a zero to extremely low leverage sort of trade because this is a high percentage gain sort of trade that we're talking about. Again, we have come down into this 3-month order block over here. We have swept extremely pivotal lows in liquidity on this candle in July. And right now I'm looking to see just a higher low form before coming up higher. If we go onto the monthly chart. Now, this is where I guess things get a bit more specific. I personally, to be more bullish about Zilliqa, to have like absolute faith in this idea, I really want this monthly candle to head above these levels over here at 0.0272. Now, if we don't close the candle, this monthly candle, we only have a week, by the way. If we don't close this monthly candle above here to sort of form an order block, I would be a bit more skeptical about this, and I would start updating people a bit more locally on just further signs of weakness. But as it stands at the moment, I would say this area, this series of down close candles are going to be our main area of support. So until this is lost, I'm still looking for higher. I'm still looking for, at the very least, these highs to be taken out at 0.029. So yeah, honestly, it's just as simple as that. It is a swing slash spot trade, so I don't want you guys to overthink it too much. I don't want you guys sort of focusing on the super lower time frame sort of levels. What I really want from you guys is to just treat it as a set it and forget it sort of thing, like you treat the stock market, like you treat, long-term investments. Just have your levels, set your take profits, and just wait it out. Be patient, okay? I don't want you guys saying you're having anxiety every week because of some price action that happened, in between. Overall, this is the idea that I'm going for, just to be absolutely, absolutely clear. For those who, I guess want to risk more and wait for true invalidation, because this isn't true invalidation for the idea. This is more of just it's just a pivotal low that we've made, and you could look at this as a decent place for your stop loss. However, true invalidation is going to be around the lower liquidity level of 0.015. Take profit, I am looking for 0.04. So just to clear out this R&R, it's essentially a 2.4, 2.5 R&R. If you want to, just mark it out like this, which, generally is pretty good if you're looking for a spot trade, of course. So yeah, that's Zilliqa sort of wrapped for me right now. Going into SHIB, again, it's pretty much similar sort of premise over here. If we just go into the 6-month chart, we have this 6-month order block over here that we've seen a bounce off of. And just like Zilliqa, I really want to see some strength. Like, the longer we stall and keep going lower before the monthly candle close happens, the more likely it is that we'll just get like another liquidity sweep of the 0.07 levels, 0.007 levels, which, is not ideal because, time is precious and we don't want to be waiting that long, I guess you could say. But for those that are patient, for those that, just want their spot trades, set it and forget it levels, the idea is still the same, where we were looking for a trade like this. So if I just fix the stop loss like so and go into log mode like this, we are looking for something like this all the way up to 0.02 like so. So again, it's a spot slash 2x 3x leverage, at max, and just waiting for these levels to get hit. This would be a very obvious place to take your first major area of profits. Even at your first major area of profits, you're still looking at a 74%, 75% gain, which is not bad. Even at low leverage, it's still not bad at all. So that is pretty much what I'm looking at the moment on SHIB. I don't want to overcomplicate it, but just for the sake of clarity, let's look at some lower time frame levels on SHIB specifically. Let's just check. Let me check the weekly candle first to see. The first, I guess, main thing to really point out is this weekly order block over here. If we go down to the daily level, I would imagine this is going to line up with a point of control. I can already just see a massive point of control. Close. Very, very, very close. So 0.009 area is essentially what we could be waiting on to get grabbed, essentially. So if you guys would rather just stay patient, maybe you guys are really, really looking to enter leverage, well, the only place I think that could be safe for that style of trading with this style of setup is something like this, where you would have to wait until point of control / weekly order block to get hit, potentially something along the lines of this, and then looking for higher up like so. Let's say this is your first major area for take profit, and then going up to the second one, which is all the way up here, 0.016 for that 76% gain that we initially talked about. So this is the setup, essentially. If you guys want to just buy your spot positions now. That's fine. If you guys want to focus on your leverage positions and you don't want to do spot, then the only way that can really be justified to do that is to simply just keep waiting. There is a chance that you'll just miss the boat completely, but don't get FOMO, especially if you're over here sitting on leverage. Just wait for something like this to come your way and then make that decision yourself, okay? So that's the crypto side of it, kind of wrapped up. Now, there is a specific stock that I want to get into over here, and that is Nano Dimension. And you're already going to see that I actually have some levels over here marked out. Ignore this value area high. We have this monthly order block that we've come into, and let's just go to the yearly chart just to get more clarity. So what we've done is we've come down and taken out this 2022 low. Have we actually? It looked like it did initially. I think we touched it to the dollar. So that is debatable if we've taken it or not. But regardless, I think Nano Dimension is a really, really nice buy opportunity right now. I am looking for, at the very least, this fair value gap up here at $5. So if that's the case, if that's sort of the minimum target and we buy spot where we are right now, what does that give us? Let's just, God, I hate this stop loss. If anyone knows how to stop this from happening whenever I'm in log, please share it. I would really appreciate it. But let's just say we go to the fair value gap, that's 97% gain. You're talking about a 97% gain. And what are we risking over here for spot? Around 50% of your position. And if you want to be more conservative, you can put it down to these lows, 24%. But again, this is the stock market we're talking about. You can buy it and accumulate and then just wait for $4 and $5 to get hit. I'm not necessarily fully bullish to the point where I think crazy highs will come, just because well, we haven't had any proof of that yet through the data, but I do see this fair value gap, this imbalance over here to get potentially maybe not filled all the way, but touched at least. So you could be looking at 50% gain for 25% loss potentially. However, if you do want to just, buy and accumulate, that is another thing as well. Most people don't really worry about stop losses in the stock market. Maybe just critical levels to start paying attention to. So yeah, that's NNDM. Really, really quickly. Palantir is also another thing that I really wanted to look into at the moment. Yeah, I'm bullish on Palantir, but unfortunately it never came down to our level of interest, which, is a bit poor, I guess you could say. We have all these sort of higher lows, these poor lows kind of formed, and we're just moving up higher and higher. Does that mean we should buy here? No. Because unlike NNDM, I don't see a massive... I think the risk reward here is just going to be very stupid if you just want to buy now. So even though I'm bullish on it, I think I just have to bite the bullet and say, okay, I missed out on this. I can still wait and see if we come down to our level of choice, but if we don't, then that's just it. It's just gone, and we have to just accept that. Another thing that I wanted to look into is just the S&P 500. We have taken out $5,000. We have not come back below these highs. That means, as it stands, there's just no confirmation for bearish bias just yet. We haven't lost this main level. We haven't seen a monthly candle close below here. So at the moment, it's just going to be a waiting game. However, if we see a rejection over here and a move down, it could be very bearish for 2024 in general and 2025, just because it looks like it could be setting up some sort of swing failure pattern of these highs over here. Quick little liquidity grab. Anyone who shorted here would have their stop loss at 5,000, and this was just cleanup duty. And now we're heading lower. So gold, I'm still of the same bias on gold. I'm still waiting for lower. And the minimum target for this is going to be these double bottoms over here. So again, just to recap gold, I've mentioned this in multiple videos, so I'm not going to kind of dive into it too much, but this was the general setup. The first area of support and the second. So if you want, you can do your massive take profit here, maybe like 50 to 70% of your position, and leave the rest running for this 20% gain at the lows. But that is everything concluded. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it covered a lot of questions you might have about the stock market. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the Discord. Feel free to leave them in the comment section here. And also, guys, thank you so much for 30,000 subscribers on YouTube. It means so much. If you guys want to see more information, just more educational content, and just more insight in the market, one-to-one with the coaches, just make sure you also check out our Discord and our website to see if anything looks good to you guys. But anyways, take care and see you on the next one. Bye.